righty. So it is 6 o'clock. So I'm officially calling the meeting to order. If you have a flag, you are welcome to pledge allegiance to it. I do not, but if anyone does, feel free. No? All righty. Well, we've asked Rebecca Jackson, who's in charge of the homeschool program, to speak to us tonight, and thank you very much for doing so. We're thrilled to have you. So if you would like to talk to us a little bit about your program, we would love to hear it.
Okay. All right. I'm Becky, Miss Becky. Like I was saying earlier, run the homeschool program. We have been really low key lately because of COVID. And basically our group is more, it's getting together is the big thing. It's not so much what I do. Well, you know, it's what I do in the group, but that's not everything. It's everyone getting time together and the kids getting socialization and so forth.
It's very important.
Yeah. And it's sad that they're kids and they don't get that. I mean, this is a really important time in their life, and they need that socialization. So what I've been trying to do is trying to keep spirits high, and positive and keep everyone doing things. Lately it's been toned down a bit because people are getting used to the new normal and trying to adjust their lives accordingly. And where I was doing the work in the group, they would have to do a lot of the work to put things together and so forth. So, people just have too much going on. So what I've been doing, we got a Cricut, and so I've been learning how to use that. And I made
What is a
Cricut is it's a excuse me, a die cut machine sort of. It cuts, yeah. So
paper cutter.
Yeah, paper cutter, or right now I'm cutting vinyl for the backpacks that I made. I made them.
Becky, could you give us an idea of how old your children are that you're meeting?
Yeah, they usually range in age from 5 to 14. I have been letting some of the younger kids get involved too, because I don't see why not. I have about 3 or 4 under 5, but a bigger part of the group is in the 5 to 7 range. A couple of them a little older. Actually, I've been doing this. I did the homeschool program at Big Flats also.
Yes.
A lot of the kids that I had there, I still have. A couple of them have moved.
Do you meet once a week?
We did. We're not meeting at all now because of COVID.
But you were meeting?
Yeah, once a week for an hour and a half. Now when COVID first started, I was sending packages home. Since about the beginning of the school year, people have been picking up more, and I'll send out to a couple, but we've been a lot more low key because of what I said earlier, just everyone being too busy.
What kind of stuff would be in the packages?
Okay, so I'll make up crafts and I'll put all the directions in there and all the ingredients. We've made slime. What else? Just little projects and things that I think they would like. God's eyes and stuff like that. So.
Can you show us the backpacks that you've made? A little clearer, hold it up in front of this.
Okay, so there's one.
Oh, cute.
I did a couple different styles because I've been playing with so.
Great.
All different colors, and I started out doing t-shirts, which I still have, but I think they make better smocks. There was a little mishap with the tie-dye, and we won't get into that, but so, but this way they come in. And also I made some scratch off tickets. So when we did the pledge for the children's book week there, where they don't watch TV or things like that. And so if they sign the pledge, they got a ticket, and the tickets, have a little prize attached to them. And or if they read a book and then write a little book review, then they get a ticket, and then they put them in a pot for a bigger ticket later down the road. And, a little incentive to get them reading and keep them reading. And so.
Very neat.
How many
I
kids
love it.
now?
I'm sorry, what?
How many kids do you have?
33 right now.
What's the most you've ever had?
I want to say 50, I think was I had to cap it one year. There was a lot, but I had two groups at that time. I had one of the younger crowd and one of the little bit older crowd to split them up kind of. But
As I understand it, though, the parents come with the children
oh yeah.
usually. So there's
yeah.
a crowded library when
Well,
they're all
we
together.
meet across the street at the church. They've
Oh,
been
do
kind
you?
enough. Yeah, they've been kind enough to let me use. They have like a gymnasium type area, and
I
so we
see.
go over
Wait,
there.
is,
And we have
is that the old Trinity Church, or is that?
That's the Episcopal Church across the
St.
street.
Matthews. Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, and so that's been a big blessing because we wouldn't have had room here to do it. So
No.
May I ask about your background?
Sure. I don't know. What do you want to know? I worked in the hospital mostly. I don't know.
How long have you been here?
I'm sorry, what?
How long have you been with the library?
Close to 10 years.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, I was I worked at Steel for a few and Big Flats for a few, and then came here, and I started the homeschool thing in Big Flats. And then, when I got here, it just got bigger. It got huge, but
And why did you start? Where did you get this idea?
Ron said I had to program, so.
Okay.
Fair
No,
enough.
actually, Glennie had wanted to do the homeschool thing. She wanted me to do it. And so she got me started actually, and coached me and got me on my way. So.
Okay.
I think it's wonderful that you're involved with this and the library is doing this. I think it's very important.
Yeah, it is. I'll be glad when we can all meet again. It's sad that we aren't right now and they really are. They're a tight knit little group. I mean, and they're welcoming to other people, but they're very, a very close group for everyone not being friends otherwise. I don't know how to explain it, but
It's quite an age range to keep occupied for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you'd be surprised though. We have a lot of fun. We do some real fun stuff and games and all that. So it's,
Well, it sounds like a really valuable program. I'm glad you're doing this.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be doing it.
And I'm glad we're learning about it. So thank you.
Yeah, have a good night. Am I done?
Oh, yeah. There's nothing else. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
now I gotta
you.
figure out some stuff.
Thank you very much.
Take care,
Yeah.
Becky.
Take care.
Done.
Have a good night.
You too. Hold on. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, so on to the approval of the minutes. Did everyone have a chance to look at last month's minutes?
Yes.
Did anyone have any questions or comments about last month's minutes?
I move that we approve them.
All right, can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All righty. Treasurer's report. Take it away, Jack.
You got the financial statement. As always, they're doing a good job keeping us above board. So any questions? Hearing none, I move them.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mark. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right,
Put new ink in the printer.
the financial report
Colored
is accepted. Now, there was an update to the update to the update of the unpaid bills.
Yeah. I think
Holly,
so.
could you explain to us what has changed?
Okay, so the update this morning, I had expounded on that one a little bit. Tim Collins, he had to cancel last night, so he went down. But then when I came in today, it's just end of year stuff. They just like to slide it in. So Philomena had an additional expense. They wanted to reimburse her for some art supplies, and there was a sizable Juve material purchase, just getting it in 2021. That was Penworthy, that was new, and so I think those were the two. That was the update number 3. That was the third and final update.
Okay,
So we
so,
went down and then we went up.
so what is the current total for the unpaid bills?
Current total is 63,927.55, and that's for the general fund.
May I ask? The question lady here. Can someone explain the downloadable audio for young adults at $31,000?
Right, I'm sorry. Well, that was everybody. That wasn't just it. I'm sorry. It does say that first line there, that was our cost share. I apologize. It's all going to STLS. It just picked up. So that first line, that was a good question. So that first line under Southern Tier, that's our fourth quarter cost share.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Okay.
It just kind of picks it up when it's in there. I guess I don't know if it didn't get updated. I don't. Sometimes QuickBooks does what it wants to do. And then so
Good catch,
actually
Bonnie.
the YA are just the two there, the 2070 and the 31.5. Yeah, so that was yeah.
Just
So
seems like a lot of money.
that'd be a lot of money. So that 27,000, that line represents cost share. That's what that is. That's our fourth quarter.
Okay.
I have a question.
Similar amount for all of the previous quarters?
I'm sorry.
And we paid a similar amount for the previous quarter?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Pat, you had a
Yes,
I have a
question?
question.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of these various programs that we are doing on Zoom, do we have any kind of record of how many people are actually participating on Zoom?
They're keeping statistics as best they can. They're going by,
And what kind of participation is, I mean, for instance, Philomena Jack, how many people watch or do her program online?
it can go anywhere from a dozen to 20. Some of the take-home kits, we've had like 50 people take homes. So it really just depends on the type of program.
Okay, I was just curious because I did one of the STLS book clubs yesterday morning, and I think the 3 of the people on were staff members who were running the program, and I was the only participant.
wow.
Not that that involved any material cost or anything, but it was just a question as to how many people actually participate to justify the cost of the program.
Good idea.
I think that they have sometimes, like when Philomena does a program, sometimes there'll be supplies that you can pick up. And often I think, and I haven't done any for a long time, but she and Win Yarrow both, I think their program is often using like common things that you have around the house. So the packet that they might pick up at the library is it might be tissue paper and a glue stick, but then because these ladies are talented, they can make it look like a rose, and they can teach the rest of us to do that. So I think that for each class that, like, Jenny will host a class, then they'll have, you know, a dozen or 2 dozen or whatever the teacher has allotted that she feels comfortable with. And then I believe you can still jump on, you know, they ask you to register. So I think they have pretty hard, fast statistics. And then Emma has been doing quite a bit of programming where they where it's all the make and take, like they pick up the whole packets, and that's been really popular. Like some of those have just like gone in a day. People will know, you know, they'll watch the newsletter and they know. So they've been really enjoyed, like the snowflake one she has now, and the painting ones are really popular. So there's actually 2 things, like with Emma's, that's kind of, you do that on your own time, where the programs that Jenny has, you know, like the Tai Chi, obviously there's no materials there, but the art classes that the ladies do, I think often the supplies are pretty common. So, you know, if you didn't happen to get the supplies from the library, you can jump in. So that's kind of neat, but I think they're pretty well attended. I think they've been pretty well received.
So art projects popular, book discussion groups.
Yeah.
Are you also tracking the children's story hours, the
Yes.
number of participants?
Yes, they're doing the best they can. Sometimes the problem, like if they do it on YouTube, you can tell immediately how many people have watched the program, but then
Really?
you have to go back later and try to see how many views it has, so you catch those who watched it within the 24-hour period.
Oh, I see. Complicated.
A little bit.
I have a couple of more things. The calendars, you probably use special calendars, but I could provide 20 of them a year from donations of various things, or just a silly comment. But I wanted to comment on Doris Jean, the teen stuff. She seems to be doing an incredible job.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with what she has accomplished. Teens are not easy to gather, to get involved, and I'm just very impressed with that. Wanted to let you know. My other question is, who goes for the grants? Holly, do you do that?
No, I must confess that is not a skill that I have. I think it is definitely a marketable skill, but
Yeah.
the librarians do that. The librarians do that. They do that, and you know, and Deb has, you know, the big STLS grant that she's been working for, and I agree. Like Doris Jean does an amazing job with the teens. That is a challenging, and I think that she really creates a place where they feel welcome and, you know, affirmed, and she does do a great job. And the calendars, that was one of those things. Joan was very passionate about getting the calendars, supporting the local business. That was important to her. She didn't do that with too many other office supplies, but that was her precedence to order them from True. And a number of them they're more than just like the bank wall calendar. A lot of them are, you know, programming, you know, they are nice. Yeah, Ron has his. They're nice, you know, so
Okay.
you can keep track of
Great.
meetings and projects and things. So they most of the full-time staff was staffed with those, and then they have a couple little things that they use for stats on the desk, and so
Okay.
it's,
I just hope that Ron comments to the librarians who are doing the grant work, because that's tough work.
Yeah.
And it's obviously making a big difference for Steele and all of the libraries.
And they'll see it in the minutes.
And also to Doris Jean, I'm just so impressed. And now I will shut up.
I just want to say that way back, when the current owner of True's father used to be there, he always used to, at the end of the year, whatever we spent there, he gave us as a donation.
Oh,
And so we didn't actually spend any money there.
Wow. Okay.
And I know that the son, for the first few years after he took over, he gave us a portion back, but that may have stopped completely. I mean, he
Okay.
gave a donation for his taxes, etc. So I don't know if any of that is now done, but he used to do it, I know.
That's pretty cool if he still does. Does anyone else have any questions or comments about the bills?
Move them.
All right, can I get a second? All right, thank you, Bonnie. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nope.
All right, thank you. Okay, correspondence.
We got a holiday card.
Oh, how about that?
It says,
I
wishing you
recognize
peace
that
and
one.
joy throughout the season. Thank you for keeping our libraries open and exciting these past 2 years. God bless you. And it's a woman by the name of Ann Hayes. I don't know if any of you know her.
Here I am. I never sent one before. I thought, well, it's about time I did something.
No,
Well,
I appreciate it. I got a letter from Community Arts of Elmira regarding the Elmira Infinite Canvas activity. That's the murals that have gone up around town.
Yeah.
They wanted me to write them a letter of support. So basically, they're trying to get more grants, so they want a letter of support. So I'm writing in support of the Elmira Infinite Canvas project conducted by Community Arts of Elmira. As a community partner, I am grateful that we have art everywhere, where everyone has access. It is directly in the public sphere and is not confined to galleries or museums. It enriches our physical environment and brings streetscapes and buildings to life. The project also provides opportunities for artists and cultivates an environment in which the creative class thrives. It also has the benefit of boosting the local economy as businesses supply materials and benefit from a site that attracts visitors. It is an investment in placemaking measured by livability and quality of life. It also stimulates community pride. The artwork connects residents to their neighbors and their shared history through documentation and celebration, which makes cultural heritage a tangible community asset. I am proud to support the Community Arts of Elmira as they continue making Elmira an attractive, vibrant sense of place. Public art is as important as appealing storefronts, good street lighting, green spaces, and fine restaurants. So Lynn was happy about that.
That's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
That's great.
Have we ever been approached by them for being a site for any kind of public art installation?
We had talked, before COVID, about putting like butterfly wings on the doors to the meeting room, the auditorium, so that people could
Oh,
stand in front of the doors and have the picture with the butterfly wings behind them. So she hasn't brought that up recently, though. My concern with it was getting tagged, obviously during the middle of the night, or because they've been tagging the promenade pretty regularly.
Oh,
Really think about it.
wait, would it have been on the exterior doors or would it have been like inside the library?
The exterior doors.
What about,
yeah. I've got to be careful of that.
first of all, the letter is well written, thank you. And wondering about the columns in the overpass. I love the paintings that are done in the Horseheads Library.
Yeah,
And something like that.
Well, actually, we don't own the columns on the overpass. Those
I'm
are,
getting a lot
Right.
of tap. I don't know
they've
what's
been,
going on here, but
if you've been by
The
recently,
sound
they've
is
been
not-
tagged with graffiti.
Okay, sorry.
So, and they were painting over, but they just hadn't got around to redoing the painting in a while.
Okay,
So I think they're a little leery about that. Which is
sad.
yeah.
But you do have that wall on Clement Center Parkway. Big wall.
true. Well, if they approach us, then we can talk about it. They have certain sites already selected. I don't know how far out they're going, though.
Okay.
Alrighty. Any other questions about that? Was there any other correspondence, either
Nope.
that you wrote or was outgoing or incoming? Okay, so on to the president's report. Jack has asked that we consider a slate of nominations for board officers. Currently, I am the president, and Phyllis is the vice president, Jack is the treasurer, and Martha is the secretary. Would anyone like to run for any other offices? Do any of those people who currently hold offices, are they like, you know what, I'm not into, are they unavailable to run or have other obligations? Anyone have thoughts, comments, etc.? If I were planning ahead, I would have contacted these people directly and dealt with this, but I completely forgot that that was coming up. So go me. Aren't I the best
Rachel?
president? Anyway, yes.
I'm happy to continue as the secretary.
Okay, thank you, Martha. Phyllis, are you interested in continuing to be the vice president?
Yes, since I do practically nothing as vice president, since thankfully you always come to all meetings. So yes, I'll continue unless someone else would like to do it.
Okay, thank you. Jack, how about you for treasurer?
I'll continue because I got sucked in this without even knowing it. But if someone wants to have it, they're more than willing.
Okay, does anyone want to take over for any of those offices? I'm not seeing any takers. Can I get someone who is not a member of, who is not on the slate of officers to move the slate of officers?
I move the slate of officers.
Okay, thank you.
I second.
A second.
Yeah, I
Thank you,
second.
Anne. All in favor of keeping the current slate of officers?
All in favor.
Aye. Any opposed? Excellent. I must say, some of you are so, the background is so dark. Jack, you look like, in movies where they have the villainous council and you can't see their faces, just hear their voices. You and Kevin both look like that right now, but
I can try to fix the lighting if you want.
Oh, no, it has been a mistake.
just make sure you verbally aye so that I can actually see that you are
We
approving.
figured you were probably drinking something you didn't want us to see, so it's okay.
So
It's just water, I promise.
So since we are not meeting in person, and I forgot to do this back when we were approving the bills, I move that we have Ron sign because none of us are here to sign for the bills.
Second,
Can I get a second? Bonnie, thank you for raising your hand. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All righty, that has passed. Thank you, Ron, for signing the bills.
Already.
Director's report.
Okay, the first thing is I would like to get approval for the personnel action. It's a step increase for Amy Costin.
I move that we accept it.
Second.
Thank you, Bonnie, and thank you, Anne. All
Yeah.
in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, the personnel action has been approved.
Okay, the second thing would be the meeting schedule for 2022.
I presume everybody checked the dates, because I didn't.
I did the dates and then I had Holly check it. I think
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot myself because something's gonna come up
I know.
in the first year where I don't think we had an error on the first draft.
I move that we approve the holidays or the holidays for.
No, we're on the meeting schedule
Meeting schedule.
first.
Oh, meeting schedule. Oh, okay. On the consent item, it was the holidays first.
Oh, whoops.
That's fine. I move that
move
we
it.
accept the dates.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Excellent. And now we'll reverse course and go with the holidays.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns regarding the holidays? Can I get someone to move them for me?
I move.
Thank you, Martha.
Second.
Thank you, Mark. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Nope.
All
Before we
righty.
move on, we did not have a second for the board and committee meeting schedule.
I second.
Well,
Yes, we did. I did it.
Yeah.
Ann and Jack both moved it simultaneously, so
Okay.
we can call whoever
Okay.
someone.
Okay, pick one.
But thank you. Moving on, the executive committee. I think
Oh, hold
most
on,
of us.
I got a little bit more here, real quick. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah.
I should have put it on the agenda. I forgot to, but it's the Digital Media Lab rules. I had sent it out.
Oh, yes, you did.
It said that they wanted to redo that or something.
No, they only added, bear with me. They added a line about no pornographic or semi-nude images of any kind will be permitted. Failure to comply will result in removal from the premises and banning from the library for 6 months. The major thing about that was they got into a discussion of, the example was what happens if a medical school student is in here with photographs of nude people. And I think the odds of that happening here are pretty slim. So we decided not to get real wrapped up on it. So we just wanted to get the Media Lab rules approved.
I move that
Okay,
they
has
be-
everyone,
Wait, one quick question. What are the qualifications for semi-nude? I'm just curious.
Please don't go down this road.
Okay, that's.
so is this
that's
gonna
why-
be
that's
like,
why
I
asked
know
these
porn,
questions.
I see it kind of thing?
Exactly.
Right, okay.
I'll know it when I see it. But if it has artistic value, it's not out of
Right,
Okay.
right.
our
I
rules.
move that we approve the digital.
Information
What about
value?
artwork?
A theoretical medical student?
Well, this is why they kept getting wrapped up on it. And like I say, I think you know, see it. And the odds of somebody in the Media Lab doing it is pretty darn slim because it's not going to be used by your typical off the street patron.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to look over the Media Lab rules?
Right.
Yes.
I'll admit it has been a while for me and I don't remember all of the details. Does anyone have any questions about the Media Lab rules other than what constitutes porn?
No, I move that we approve the rules.
Okay, can I get a second? Thank you,
Second.
Bonnie. Thank you, Anne. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All righty, that has passed.
Okay, the next thing I have And I know Phyllis is going to be upset to hear this,
Uh-oh.
but I am happy to report that Father Rick, who is the executor of the Olga Krasinski estate, finally called me back.
Okay.
It's been a personal jihad for the last year. He agreed to allow the funds to be transferred to the Foundation for Investing. He said he believed that that's what Olga would want.
Oh, good.
Stated Tony Pucci, who is the president of the foundation, and I gave him the information to call Father Rick. So
Great.
hopefully
That was a
within a
good
month or
move.
two. Yeah, it took a while.
Hmm.
I was invited by the New York State librarian, her name is Lauren Moore, to participate in the Radical Imagination game with 3 other library directors. She specifically singled out CCLD due to our location, population size, and the type of library we are.
So what is this?
It's called the Radical Imagination game. We discussed
Okay.
the future of public libraries in the community. Topics included equity in providing services, including internet access, inclusion of all subgroups in our community, and where we believe libraries will be in a few years and the future impact they will have on our community.
So is this like a brainstorming session or
Basically,
what are we talking?
I would say they came up with a question and we went around with the 4 of us rather, and we gave our input on what we thought our thoughts for the future were and how we could better include people into the library. Again, the idea is to keep it a living thing and keep it, vital to the community for the foreseeable future.
Will we
I was
see the
just thrilled that we
results of
got
this?
asked. I'm sorry?
Will we see the results of this?
They will be publishing something, but that was just the first step. The second step, I've asked Doris Jean Metzger to participate in the national conversation.
Oh, great.
She's going to be participating with a member of an organization that works with us, a government official, and a community member. That takes place in January. And the reason I chose Doris Jean was she has working with a local organization, but the people in that organization can get a hold of a government official and community members. So hopefully.
So which organization is this that she's been working with?
Oh gosh, a couple of them. Oh God, help me out, Holly. I'm thinking of the teen kids.
The safe zones.
Safe zones and EOP.
Ah,
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. It's embarrassing.
That's all right.
that's all right. We've all had those moments.
Yeah, that's scary. But anyway, we chose her, so she's looking forward to it.
Good.
In past years, we had done what's called Hogmanay. For those of you who don't know, it's a Scots word for the last day of the year, and synonymous with a celebration of New Year. One of the things you try to do is pay off your debts before the end of the year. Well, when we had fines, we used it for fine forgiveness. Now that we're not having fines, we're just accepting donations to the food bank of the Southern Tier. And then finally, masks are required indoors throughout the state. Several Southern Tier communities will not be policing the requirement due to lack of available assets. I'm continuing to monitor. I'm sure you've heard about, for example, Cornell University online exams. We still don't know what's happening with the Omicron education, but we're back up to 7.79% rolling average. So I'm just monitoring. I don't see an end in sight. So we're just going to have to, semper gumby, always flexible.
Yeah.
And we've been having the mask mandate for
We've had it for ages.
library. Like, I don't think we ever took it down, did we?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So
Have we had any difficulties lately with enforcing that, or have people mostly just accepted.
Well,
into
people are pretty
school.
good about it. We've had one or two people, but you just have to ask them a few times. I mean, they'll ignore you. I had to take care of a kid yesterday. I mean, he started swearing at me and everything else, but I got him to calm down, put on the mask, and then ironically, he left about 5 minutes after I dealt with him. And the staff was happy to see him go.
Sure, good.
So, but that's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Can I just ask, just to be clear, as of right now, we're going to continue as is with masks and stay open, no other changes, right? I mean, no changes, right?
Correct.
Okay,
We had actually, it's kind of funny, before Omicron, we had actually toyed with having small in-house programs, but that went by the wayside real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be up and down for a few months more, probably.
I'm guessing probably at least another year. But
Maybe.
that's just 'cause I'm a pessimist and yeah. All right, thank you, Ron. So the executive committee, most of us were here for that. Does anyone have any questions about the minutes from the executive committee? No? Okay. So we don't need to approve that. We just carry on. Next would be the Budget and Finance Committee meeting, which took all of 30 seconds. Does anyone have any questions about the Budget and Finance Committee meeting?
We've
Nope.
covered everything that we did in this meeting and that meeting. So figure that
Okay,
one out.
cool. Does anyone have any, okay, next is the Buildings and Grounds Committee. Which
Ron,
was
you can go
fairly
ahead.
straightforward.
Okay, I am happy to say that they installed the railing for the ramp today,
Oh,
finished the hash lines for the handicap parking areas, so the parking lot project is done.
Wow,
Great.
hurrah for global warming making that possible.
It was a beautiful thing. And then the outdoor pavilion construction at Horseheads, it's a 20-foot by 20-foot space. The concrete has been poured. I'm going to stop out there next week and take a peek, see how it looks.
Okay.
And that's it.
Well, they haven't
Alrighty.
done my sidewalk yet, Ron, so you want, the
Oh.
library won.
I think we paid them more.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Okay, so Personnel Committee, Penny is not here, and I don't think there was anything that we needed to discuss since the Personnel Committee hasn't met in months.
right.
Election and Continuity Committee.
we didn't have to have any meetings, so we're fine.
Okay.
I did talk to
For
Muriel.
January, we're gonna need to swear in everybody who was elected / re-elected.
Right.
Normally we would have, we would do that at the meeting where we would have someone who's a notary public notarize our swearing in cards. How are we handling that this year?
Don't know.
Jack, you're muted.
Is Jack?
I'm a notary. I'll bring my stamp.
Right, what I'm asking is, will we be able to meet in person? For those of us who Zoom into the meeting, how will we go about notarizing those new members?
They can sign the card, give it to Holly. And when they're on Zoom next meeting, I can ask them if that's their signature. And then I'll go in to Holly's office and notarize them.
Okay. Ron, what do we think the chances of us meeting in person are for next time? Obviously, with basically just playing it by ear, but
I want to say maybe 40%, and that's
Yeah.
realistic, I believe.
okay. So will the
Well,
cards?
Could we, the people who are new, could we have them, at least those people meet in the auditorium to sign the card and?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm in there.
I think that would be the easiest way to do it.
Alrighty, that sounds sensible. Muriel is not in on this
Not
Zoom
tonight,
meeting.
no,
So
no.
we want to make sure that she gets notified of that. I do not have her contact information.
Okay,
I'm
not-
Ann, do
I'm
you
not
wanna?
sure how, I'm not sure how that's gonna be handled. I've talked to her daughter, Lori, or her daughter about it, Lori, and she doesn't have a computer, so
Oh, wow.
I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't. I hope that you all will figure it out, because whenever I've approached them, it's not been good. So
Okay, well, I think definitely
I
in
think-
that case,
I think
maybe
somebody's gonna have to step up and say, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and find somebody in the family who will support her in it. I don't know what else to do.
could you email me her phone number so that
Sure.
I can arrange a meeting with her in advance of something, and then we can talk about, making sure that she's at the January meeting and then arranging stuff
Yeah.
there.
Yep,
Oh.
okay.
Is there
Well,
anything else with the
My,
election?
my question is, Phyllis is already a friend and plays, I don't know if she plays bridge or is in a book club with her. But I don't know if Phyllis has gotten anywhere either. Are you there, Phyllis?
Yes, I'm here.
Well,
What
it's
do you-
less that we want to force her into getting a computer and more that we just want to make sure that she,
Well, exactly. She has to get the information and,
He has lots of grandchildren,
yes.
and they're the
but-
ones who do it.
Hello.
So I would suggest reaching
We've-
out to her through them.
Yeah, well, that would be nice if we could do it, but so far she hasn't responded to that. So I think somebody who knows her is going to have to get into this with her, because I have tried and I've not gotten any place. Now I can try to call her daughter again. I can try to call Chris, but I don't know whether I'm going to get any place.
okay, well, I just want to make sure that she knows when the meeting is, and then,
Yeah.
if we
That
can
would be
if we can arrange that at least the first meeting will be at least partially at the library, then certainly have that conversation there
Okay.
in person.
I did tell her that Holly prints out the board packet and I go pick it up. And she said that would be a good way for her to get it also.
Yes.
So,
But she still needs to be online for these meetings.
Well, she doesn't have a computer. So, yeah,
But you can do it
Okay,
by phone.
I'll talk to them one more time, but
Hey, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, it's Christmas, yeah.
Chris
Well-
and Renee ought to buy her a computer. And
Well, it's
Brianna ought
it's a
to-
matter of not knowing how to use it, and I
Well,
think,
Brianna could teach them.
yeah, that'd be nice.
She can always do it by phone.
That's true too. But the
Well-
important thing is making sure that we actually have her, talk with her in person at some point in order
Yeah.
to go over this information. So if
Right.
you could shoot me her contact information, and then I can see about getting a hold of her and arranging some kind of meeting.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Thank you. All righty. Anything from the advocacy committee?
No, not from me.
Okay, is there any reason to enter into executive session?
No.
All right, so skipping past executive session, is there any old business? Okay, is there any new business? Is there any public here that wants to express things publicly? Okay. In that case, I'm gonna move that we adjourn with an addendum to wish you all a happy holiday and a healthy and prosperous new year, and to wish Anne well in her endeavors now that she's going off the board. We will miss you.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
I've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Okay, happy holidays, everybody. Drive safely.
Yeah.
Happy
Wait,
holidays.
can I get to someone to second adjourning?
I move.
Okay, several people did it. I'll leave it up to you, Holly. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good
night.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
Good
holidays.
night.
Happy holidays.